Okay, so thanks you guys who could join today for one of these brief team sessions. Today I'm going to talk about how we can use Google Scholar and also the Scholarly Crossings platform, which is part of the Jerry Falwell Library, to track your publications or citations. The reason I did this or thought of doing this session was because I've heard the topic come up with some faculty about keeping track of their publications for recertifying their CV every year, like we have to do. I had to kind of play with this a little bit because I haven't published anything myself yet. I hope to, but I know this is something that could be useful. I only invited faculty to this, although if students do publish a poster or something and they want to archive it, they can also use this too. I just thought mostly this would be for faculty. And I'm going to show two ways to do this. I'm going to show Google Scholar and then the feature that the Jerry Falwell library has, which I think I might have called it Scholarly Commons. They call it Scholars Crossing. That's what I meant to, the title that I meant to use. But if you've used Google Scholar before, this is probably familiar to you. You just go to scholar.google.com. I'm signed in right now, so it's got I actually have a Gmail account set up with my Liberty name, just so I can keep track of it. And if you don't have a profile in this, you can create one, and it's pretty simple. It's a 3-step process. You put in your name, affiliation, contact information, any research interests that you have. And clearly I don't have any articles here, but once you have a profile, the cool thing about this is that you can actually use Google Scholar to find your published research and then add those to your profile. And it's as simple as clicking. When you first do this, it'll be the 3rd step if you're setting up your profile. But as I already did that, so I'm going to show you this way. You click on this little button and you can add articles from groups, or you can search for individual articles, or you can manually update them. The reason I like Google Scholar, and I might be mistaken, this is something it offers that the Scholarly Crossing does not offer, is that we can use the Google Scholar interface to search for publications by group. So because you have a profile, you can search Google Scholar for all these publications where this Peter Morset apparently is a published author. So you can search by group and add those to your publications like that, or you can search for articles individually. And I have my name, but you can search by title or the journal or issue or whatever it is that you're looking for, and you can add those publications to your profile, and you start to build this list that you can use to keep track of your publications for your CV that you can use to recertify every year. It's kind of cool because it gives you these H-index matrix and number of times it was cited. I guess H-index, from what I understand, is similar to impact factor. It's just what if you're familiar with Scopus at all, that's what Scopus uses for a metric for measuring impact of publications, but it tells you how many citations of those articles have been made too. But once you've built a list of these, if you want to use this in a way to update your CV that you're recertifying every year, you can actually select your your citations here, and I can export them. And the two main ways that I would suggest are using this BibTeX or RefMan format to export those citations. And the reason I suggest that is because let's say if I export it as the RefMan citation, it gives me a .ris file. And I've done videos before on Refworks, which is something that the citation manager that the university officially supports. You have access to this for free. I do want to mention that if you go to like refworks.com, it'll take you to the legacy sign in, and you actually want to click on this link to log into the most up-to-date version, and you sign into that with your Liberty credentials. It'll say Liberty University. And when I'm in Refworks on the web, I can add and import references. And if you notice, it'll say on the screen there from Refworks or RIS file. So I can select my download of my citations as an RIS file, and it'll import the metadata along with them and added 4 documents to my library. And so you can build your citations in your profile here using Refworks. And what's cool is once you have your papers or your citations here, you can create a bibliography right from this. And again, that's using Refworks. That's purchased by the university. You have access to this. You can. I also have done videos on how to use Zotero, which is a free citation manager, and you can also import those. You can import the citations you export from Google Scholar as a BibTeX or an IRIS file. And use Zotero for that same purpose. I'm not really going to show how to use Zotero or Refworks because I've done videos on that before, but I just wanted to show you how you can use Google Scholar along with these citation managers to create your updated publication list. So hopefully that's kind of straightforward how to do that. The other platform that's available to you as faculty, it's also available to students, is this Scholarly Crossing, or excuse me, I keep using the wrong name, Scholars Crossing, which is administered by one of the actually two librarians down at JFL, but the main point of contact for this is Jeremy McGinnis. He is the librarian, is the administrator of this repository down on main campus. And it's pretty cool. Some of our faculty have already submitted their publications to this resource. And if you want to see what we have in here, you can actually click on collections, and they break it down by school. And you'll find College of Osteopathic Medicine is listed there. And they have one for basically our medical students publications. They call it COM undergraduate publications, and then faculty publications and presentations. And you'll see, I know Dr. Price has some in here. I think Dr. Liu, Dr. Gigliotti, Dr. Riley has some in here. And so these are submissions that have been made to this collection of publications by our faculty for access available, or a way to archive that. There is, let's see if I find expert. I want to submit graduate submissions, honor submissions, faculty. That's not what I want. I want to. My account, I created a profile in here. I'm not as familiar with this as I am with Google Scholar, and really the point of contact for this is Jeremy McGinnis, but you can create a profile in here. You can submit your publications to Jeremy or the Scholars Crossing that will be indexed in this database for future availability. And basically they have an email set up that it says contact us. I was looking for, there's a way to submit your own publication here, but basically you send a document to scholarlycommunications@liberty.edu, and they will attach that to your profile, which will be in the COM collection that we saw with for faculty publications and posters and things under COM. So yeah, faculty publications right there. So I'm a little more familiar with Google Scholar, but you have access. And the thing I like about Google Scholar is that you can create a profile, and you can actually search all of your publications that are indexed in Google Scholar and just add them, instead of having to send. You sort of would already have to have a collection of your publications to be able to send to Scholars Crossing for them to index them. But I want people to know that they have access to both of these. I'm happy to help however I can. I've talked to Jeremy about maybe doing a session for our faculty and students here because he's much more familiar with this Scholars Crossing than I am, as he's the administrator of it. But I just want to make sure that people were aware this is available to them. And I'm happy to help with either of these in any way that I can. And as always, this recording is going to be up on the research guide if you want to watch it later, or for those who wanted to were interested in the topic but weren't able to attend today. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you. Thanks as always, Rob.
Absolutely, Dr. Gigliotti.